Online with Richard Sandoval is a production of Hispanic Lifestyle, which is sponsored by the Small Business Development Corporation of Orange County. For more information, visit their website, sbfdoc.org. Hey, Patty, thank you so much for taking some time to spend with me this hot afternoon in Southern California. But before we get started, how are you? How's your family doing during this this difficult time?
Yeah, interesting. So happy to be here with you today, virtually, our new norm. Our family's doing great. We're Rick and I are blessed that we have a company that's actually thriving. So we feel very fortunate. My kid's home being, virtually taught, and he loves it. And getting a lot of family time in. And I have a 30-year-old, a 28, and a 15. So the 30-year-old was in New York, and 2 days before the shutdown, I said, Trevor, it's better to isolate here with your family. So I've been cherishing having my 30-year-old with me for the last 6 weeks. It's been great.
Well, that's good. Hey, I don't want to get too much into it, but the 15-year-old, I have a 10-year-old, and I am from one parent to another. You know exactly what I'm talking about. How is it with a 15-year-old trying to keep them occupied?
I think that we took this opportunity to, 15 going on 16, right? This is the opportunity for him to become self-sufficient. So with the whole school thing, what I'm learning from friends are having to stay on top of their kids. Is your homework due today? Is this due today? We said, listen, this is your chance to either win or fail. It's up to you. So he's taking responsibility, and I would show you on my phone, but he has straight A's. So it was almost like we had to empower him, because I was getting frustrated having a job of having to, what classes do you have today? What's due today? Because the schools this is new to the school too. We're in a public school system. My child doesn't go to private school. So this has been very new for them. So we've had to be patient, and I think he's thriving in the environment. I don't think they're busy enough.
Right.
Doing all the homework for the week on Monday. So, he's thriving in this environment.
Well, that brings me to our first question, and that is you're a family who owns a business, one of the largest woman-owned mortgage companies in the United States. So a family and operating a business in the COVID-19 environment. Can you share with me your experience of how you're balancing all of this, employees, family, business?
So patience is key. Like I said, we operate a mortgage lending platform. So there's been a lot of volatility going on with, mortgage servicers, with people requesting forbearance on their mortgages. We currently have 5% of our portfolio in forbearance. So in the beginning of the shutdown, or when we were asked to isolate in place, of course, the call volumes were stressing me out because people couldn't get through, because in 48 hours, our life changed, right? So now we're down to a normalized wait time. I think we've done a really, really great job in serving our clients and our customers for life. So I'm very proud of that. That's the hardest part of what I've had to deal with the last 5 weeks. The best part of it is that the refinance volume is through the roof. Rates today are helping many, many homeowners. So we're able to still be on top of our game. We had our largest month we've ever had in company history last month, and we're going to beat that record this month, all while working at home.
Wow.
So productivity is up. We did a survey this week and so do you want to come back or do you want to stay at home? And 68% of our company wants to stay at home and work virtually. So I'm very lucky that I'm married to a tech-savvy man. And the minute he heard pandemic, the minute he heard about this virus, early January, late January, he started buying every laptop he could buy. He could get his hands on. So within 48 hours, give or take, we were set up virtually with some little bit of hiccups with people who don't know how to set it up at home. But we've been very fortunate. Our people are happy. We're busy, and we're helping people. And that's what really feels good.
Well, I know I've been to your facility. is huge. So I can just imagine
83,000 square feet and 40 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back to that about the future, but right now I want to talk, and you alluded to it just a bit here. I want to talk about the health of the mortgage industry. You were talking about the finances before we got actually started. You said some of the requirements are going to tighten up. Kind of give me your insights into the health of the mortgage industry.
So I think that this is going to be a time where solid companies will rise, meaning that we will come out of this with some companies not being able to sustain because the changes were so quick and the impact to some of my peers was dramatic. I've been speaking, raising my voice to the FHFA to give us some sort of liquidity facility for servicers. Just yesterday it was announced that they did that, and it wasn't for us. We're fine. It was for our industry. I want everybody to win. I don't like to see anybody in our space have issues go out of business. So, but I do feel like there's going to be some consolidation coming out of this. As far as changes, of course, anytime there's impact to our country, disparities are glaring, right? It happens. And I'm also, again, seeing the Hispanic community impacted by not just affordable housing anymore. It's now the ones who can buy are going to have limited access to credit because the restrictions to credit have been impacted. So the FICO scores have gone from 580. Now some lenders won't fund anything less than 660, 680. Some lenders have backed away completely from FHA financing and bond down payment assistance programs. We are still committed to the minority communities, and we are still lending bond programs, and we're still lending all the way down. We prefer the 620 FICO with a little bit of overlays, but we will go down to a 580 FICO still with compensating factors, meaning that everybody has a story to tell and we want to hear it. And low to moderate borrowers are not ones that you can put through a credit engine. So we will still manually underwrite these loans for these high touch consumers. My biggest ask is that when consumers that are impacted by their credit restrictions call one lender and they say, I'm sorry, I can't do it, I feel like we need to get the message out that they need to shop, right? They need to shop for lending. Don't take a no as the final answer. So I really want to really push on getting that message out, especially the Hispanic and the African-American communities.
Well, I know that you are a survivor and a thriver. We honored you a few years back as a Latina of influence, and then turned around and recognized your company as a survived and thrived company. So ups and downs in this industry. I guess I need to ask you two questions. How are you, as a support group, for lack of a better phrase, supporting others in your industry, encouraging them, sharing your stories, and sharing your experience of the ups and downs in this industry?
Right. So I just launched my second mentorship program for this year. So I finished the first one early February, and I was kind of thinking about not doing it again. So I offer mentorship to people in our space, people out of our space. I push out the content on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, but I take about usually 30 to 40 people, and I mentor them through 3 weeks of just general. It could be anything in general. It could be people in our space, but just so that they have somebody that maybe is at a higher level in business that they are. So, small businesses have been affected. Perfect example. But they can thrive again. And maybe they don't have answers. Maybe they didn't know how to fill out the SBA care package, the SBA loan package. I have resources for that. So I opened it up this week. And so I'm doing my mentorship program again to do outreach to small business owners, or I started by doing it to Latinas, but now I ended up being full circle. The guys wanted in. So it's been great. I've been advocating with the Mortgage Bankers Association and using my voice to take action with our regulators and our congressmen and our senators. But as a business as a whole, I mean, we're thriving, but our business has been impacted greatly, and housing matters. And the independent mortgage banker plays a crucial role in this industry. You have your big banks, right? Your Bank of America and your Chase, but you have your independent mortgage bankers, and we're just better at serving the high touch client. You know, everybody there's a lid for every pot. You got the mortgage broker, your mortgage banker, and the banks. There's value in every channel of this business, and I want to protect all of us, not just the big banks. So I've been using my voice to help people navigate through these critical times, and really it was regulations that was scaring us. But now it seemed to have turned the corner a little bit yesterday, but we still have some more work to do.
Is there a website? How are you attracting? How are you communicating via these mentorship? Is there a website?
You can reach out to pattyarvielo.com. I have my own website, so you can sign up for my mentorship program on that. And also you can follow me on Patty Arvielo on Instagram, on Twitter, and LinkedIn and Facebook. So, and I read all the direct messages on every channel. So you just have to follow me on one of those. If you direct message me, I get the message.
And I know for a fact you do, because I just happened to be up late and I sent a message to my friend Patty. So she does respond.
I do.
What advice are you giving to your customers? I may be good this month, next month, and the month after that. But honestly, I'm worried about 3 months after that. What advice are you giving to those customers? And really, what is it exactly you're telling potential clients or customers?
So to our existing, you know, we're one of the largest mortgage servicers, minority-owned mortgage servicers in the country. So what the loans that we originate, we service, meaning that when you get the mortgage coupon, you make the payment to us, right? So we're able to really handhold our clients. And, you know, there's a lot of panic going on, but the biggest information I've been able to push is just pick up the phone and call. I think a lot of people feel shameful for having to say, I might not make it, I might have a problem. But really, we're there to work with our homeowners. We want to keep people in homes. We don't want those homes back. There are a lot of programs. You know, we basically collect the payments for Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and Ginnie Mae. We're there to help them stay in their home and to be impacted, you know, to not be impacted to a point where they feel like they're going to lose their home. So our goal, our 100% goal, is to keep borrowers in their homes. And there's ways to do that. So I would say the biggest thing I've heard is people are afraid to call or embarrassed to call. Just call. We're here waiting for them to call us. Every servicer in the country. Listen, we already went through the mortgage meltdown 10 years ago, right? There was a lot of things we learned.
You've got, I was going to say, you've got programs.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. And every borrower has rights. So I would just say the biggest thing is to stay on hold, because I know some of my partners, service partners and peers have a large hold time. Maybe the big banks might have a large hold time, but stay on hold. And if you feel like you can't communicate on the phone, they are reading, just send the emails out. They would prefer to be communicated via email. Mind you, it's been difficult to staff up to handle the amount of calls coming in this quickly. It's only been 5 weeks, right? So, but yeah, just make the calls, and every servicer in this country is committed to keeping borrowers in their homes.
If you would, rub your crystal ball. I like to tell people that I feel as though our economy has, in some cases, been placed on pause. The pause button has pushed, and then we're going to have to restart up here. Give me not just the mortgage industry, but your perspective as a business owner, as a woman, looking forward. What are you changing? What do you think you'll change in the future? Give me some Patty insights.
So, you know, I get a lot of phone calls, and my mentees, past mentees, or just friends that own small businesses or mid-sized businesses are really caught up on what's going on right now, right? But everybody needs to remember, this is a temporary stay-in-place order. This is not forever. And people are going to go back to work. As soon as, I know Georgia's opening up this week, Colorado on Monday. Hopefully we are opening up May 15th. What that looks like, I don't know. But people will be going back to work. Servers, bartenders, maids in hotels. So I think at that point, we need to get a few weeks under our belt to see then what the economy is adjusting to. What I don't think a lot of people are looking at is the trickle down effect to the worldwide economy, meaning that, I had a friend in Cabo San Lucas, and he's our favorite guy that helps us when we go to our favorite hotel in Cabo. And so I reached out to him, hey, how are you doing? He goes, well, we don't have a stimulus package.
Right.
So I Venmo'd him $1,500 so that he could feed his family. So we have to remember that other countries are not doing what we are doing. Colombia, there isn't a stimulus package. So I think that we have to look at this as a global impact and not just focus on our country like our current administration does. And that's great. And I understand that, but this is a worldwide issue and we're affected by our global partners as well. So what this looks like, I think we have to wait till the stay-at-home order is placed. What I don't want is for them to get everybody in harm's way so that we have a huge second wave of this, because that would even be worse. Can you imagine? Because now we know what it's like, right? So right. I keep telling everybody, this too shall pass. We were going to have a new norm. I think that a lot of companies are going to go virtual, but not all. A lot of people want to come to work, and they breed off energy, and they breed, especially creative people, breed off each other. So, but I definitely do think a lot of the sales portions of what we do will be done virtually.
You just said something that clicked on me. I felt going into the end of last year that something was going to change. And believe me, I'm not, I don't read tea leaves. I just kind of felt something was different. Did you feel something was going to be different? I know none of us expected this, the pandemic, but did you kind of feel something was going to change in 2020?
I was away celebrating my birthday, and on my way back when I got the text that Kobe Bryant passed away. Oh, yeah. And then felt this complete despair. Not that he was a personal friend, right? I know people who know him. He lived in my, up the street from me. We saw him in our neighborhood, but for some reason that impacted the world so much, right? A deep-rooted feeling like you lost a friend. And it's just like we're on that same trajectory. It just keeps going. What I find odd is that in a time where we are all in this together, right? There's some of us that are suffering more than others. But I'm feeling when I go to the grocery store that people are very agitated, very mad. I don't know if it's our masks and they can't really see us anymore. So that bothers me because I'm a people person. Like, I'm a Latina, I want to go and hug you, Now it's like, that scares me the most because I'm a people person, and I hope that we don't take the human element of being with each other away.
As an event producer, as somebody that produces content, as somebody that lets other people hug me, I'm right there with you. I have some ideas what we're going to do in the future, but I'll tell you, I just feel that there's a change, but I'm feeling like it's going to be a positive change. But I guess you're right. I fall into that category with, hey, I've got this, I've got that. I should be grateful that we're healthy, and let's just move forward.
Right.
I want to thank you so much for spending this afternoon with me, a few minutes. Is there anything we did not cover? And give me some selfish plugs. How do I get a hold of you? New American Funding. It's my favorite thing to do.
We have our website, newamericanfunding.com. I have my own website for my mentorship program or any sort of leadership seminars that I do, webinars that I do at pattyarvielo.com. And I'm very active on social media, so I read every message that I get. I just really want to make sure that the message gets out to the minority communities that just don't take no for an answer. Meaning to shop their mortgage loan, ask for help, don't be embarrassed. We're all in this together. So that would be really important to me.
Well, again, I hope you are safe and healthy, and our best to your family.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the call today.